Okay, I'm back with about 40 more accommodations. And if you saw the first video, you know that I got this idea from another creator. These are in no particular order and they can apply to pretty much anybody that has chronic pain. So the first one is like a freaking equation. So if time equals money and time equals energy, does money equal energy? Specifically, time equals energy if you have chronic pain, but I would say the answer to that question is kind of, but it's very easy to become just like a mindless consumer and try and purchase everything in hopes that this will be the thing to cure you, when really we should be investing into things that can really help us long term. So like just make sure you put a lot of research and time and effort into if you should spend your money on that. So these ones are great for school, a rolling backpack, and then getting registered with your disability support services. I had to fight tooth and nail actually to get in mine for endometriosis. They didn't seem to really take that very seriously, so I had to write a scathing email to pretty much everybody at the head of the department, and I made sure to back that up with letters of recommendation from my surgeon, my PT, my therapist, etc. An adjustable base and mattress. So my adjustable base vibrates. It's amazing for muscle cramps and pain relief, especially in the middle of the night. Because as you would know, if you have endo, pain doesn't just stop because you're asleep. And for the mattress, we're going to be in bed like a lot, probably more than the average person just because of chronic pain. So it's important to invest in something that you're going to be spending, a quarter of your life in. Pre-made meal kits. I've started using this one and I don't really love it, but I also don't love to cook. So it's kind of like a necessary evil, I guess. It's not necessarily evil, but like I don't subscribe to meal kits, but like if you go to your local grocery store, they'll probably have like a pre-made or like meal kit section. So doing some of that, seasoning it up a bit, adding your own flair to it can just make cooking a lot easier, especially if you struggle to get in the kitchen because of your chronic pain. The next would be a grabber, and of course mine is on the other side of the room every time I seem to need it, but I got that for my first surgery and it was definitely helpful. And then stuffies and plushies against body weight. So I have central sensitization, so it hurts really to just have any sort of body weight against my abdomen. So I can use like a plushie here, whether it's with my dog, if she lays against me, or if I'm cuddling and like the sensation of an arm around my stomach usually hurts. So just like a pillow or something to cushion that area. This one is distraction pain. Of course, take that with a grain of salt. But if you're having like a very sharp flare, or just like you're going through pain that like you cannot ignore, then like digging your nails or scratching or like the rubber band method or just something to get your mind off of that particular pain. Since I've been in acupuncture, I've definitely noticed that like if the cupping or something is feeling uncomfortable, when it gets just like poking somewhere else that is uncomfortable, then my mind will kind of like get more used to the sensation of the cupping. The next one is no heavy blankets because of like that central sensitization thing. It's for the same reason. I noticed after my first surgery, if I had blankets specifically on my feet, then it would cause like cramping and aching pain in my stomach area, and it kind of never went away. So that one can kind of be annoying around winter time as well. The next one is an ESA, and I have a giant asterisk next to it because one that you can manage. Having a dog, especially a giant pit bull, is harder. It's just hard. I mean, I didn't know that I had endometriosis when I took her on full time, so it's kind of like you do what you gotta do. But she does encourage me to get out of the house, which is good, but it kind of sucks sometimes if I feel like crap, and she still needs to go out, because what can I do other than take her out? A removable shower head, definitely would recommend that. Grocery pickup and grocery delivery. I was doing grocery delivery during like the first week of my surgery, and then after that I started doing grocery pickup. I haven't done it in a while because honestly sometimes you do have to pay extra because the prices vary, especially, it's kind of messed up when I think about like I can go in and shop. It would be very uncomfortable and painful, but like for the people that have no choice, there's like an extra tax for purchasing online. Reduced work hours. So this was something that I really had no choice but to do. I mean, it was preference to begin with. I don't love to work, and I've been working since I was 16, so I definitely needed like a break. When I was in person, I was doing part time, and now that I am working from home, I do full time, still with reduced hours, and it's the best thing in the world. I mean, I just feel like the luckiest person in the world. Next is bed rot. Just go ahead and get comfortable with the fact that you're going to be in bed probably more than the average person, and that your days are going to go by a little bit faster because of how much time you spend in bed. This one says lightweight blankets, which is literally the opposite of the other one. Light canceling shades. I'm a very sensitive sleeper. Anything will distract me, so that was a huge one. FSA/HSA. This became available to me once I started working full time, but I'm sure ACA, Affordable Care Act, has something available. But it's basically a certain portion of your paycheck you can have put onto a card that can be used for pretty much anything health related, and they can't tax it, so it's amazing. Another one would be a rolly chair. That's great for cooking or chores or anything like that. A med kit, which is pretty much just like a period kit on crack, which it has every single pain relief item that you can think of just in case nothing else is working. Ooh, love this one. A comfort show and movie on repeat, and I mean on repeat. Mine are Bob's Burgers and the Conjuring series and Jurassic Park and Insidious series, and they're constantly on repeat. The next would be extending my wash days. So I don't really like to do my hair when I'm feeling tired because I have broken off giant chunks of my hair, and just because I was rushing. This was a few years ago, back when I was still using combs, but I just will never forget. I was tired. I had one more quarter left. I think it was this quarter. Rip, rip, rip. Yeah, it was significantly shorter than the rest of my hair, so I don't do it unless I know that I have the time for it. This one is big. Investing in your childhood hobbies will keep you from the depression that does go hand in hand with chronic pain. It's just something to look forward to. I've been doing singing lessons. It's definitely great. Cutting my undies because I don't like any pressure on my stomach, and it doesn't matter like what size I get. I can like size up a couple sizes, but like there's elastic in order to keep the garment on your body. I like to snip that a little bit so that I have a little bit less pressure against my body. And then the next one is actually adjustable period undies. I just found these. They're amazing. They're from the Period Company, and I can't wait to try them. But especially if you have endo, you think about like you start the day like regular, kind of just like this. You're like kind of like flat, not as bloated as usual. And then as the day goes on, as you get more bloated and less comfortable, you could just like pull it back a notch again and again. I literally can't wait to use them. I haven't even used them yet. I have collected a little bit of lint. This is like the most accessible thing I've ever seen in my life. This is also similar to the Reb Relief Heating Pad I have. I'm gonna go over and have to make a separate video of all the different things and tools that I use. A loose sports bra. So like right before my first surgery, I bought a pack of loose cotton sports bras for the same reason, so that I don't have too much pressure on my diaphragm and my waist. Ooh, compression socks. These ones are really good for, because endometriosis is full body inflammation disease. It's really nice to have the compression socks when nothing is seeming to work, and my knees and my ankles just feel inflamed and swollen. Definitely nice to have. This one is no gaslighting and asking for help. So as easy as it seems, and also just making sure to be very gracious when I'm constantly asking for help, because I do rely on my boyfriend for a lot of things when I'm not feeling well enough to get up. So just constantly making sure to lay it on thick, just because even though you're doing something for someone you love, it can still be kind of annoying, I assume, to have to get up and go do random tasks for them. Take breaks frequently, even when I feel fine. This one is really important for just extending the amount of time you have in the day, and it's especially great for like cooking or something like that. So like prep your vegetables first, and then take a break, and then brown your meat, and then take a break, and then, you know, kind of just like that. Next one will be nighttime pain meds. I do have like nighttime acetaminophen. I specifically save that for when like my day has just been crap and I know that I don't have to get up early the next day. It'll definitely help me sleep through the night, but I try not to do that too much so it doesn't lose its effectiveness. A medicine alarm, so I do have my 8:30 alarm. Not only do I have it, but my boyfriend has it on his phone, so like the whole house knows to go ahead and take your medicine every night, even though I do have a morning and nighttime medicine routine. Okay, this one is similar to what I said before, but investing in your room, in your cozy space, making sure it's accessible and somewhere where you just want to be. I love my room. I love coming here. It's my oasis. Even though I do work in that corner of my room, this still feels like my space, so I love it. Juicing. I started juicing recently, mostly just to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into my diet, because I don't really like to cook that much, but also because there's a whole world of reducing your inflammation through the things that you eat. And there's just so many things that I probably wouldn't bother eating, again, just because I don't like to cook that much. So juicing has definitely helped me incorporate that into my diet. But definitely if you have endo, I would say like don't go on like a cleanse, because I can definitely see the endo body being very upset if you just randomly stopped eating and started juicing only. Deep belly breathing has been a very big one. So because I do singing lessons, I know like the importance of deep belly breathing, and being in physical therapy helped me understand how to like fill my pelvic floor with air, and then how that can contribute to relaxing your pelvic floor muscles. So I definitely would recommend some tutorials on that. And then here are some ideas that I'm considering. So a housekeeper, just somebody to come by maybe once or twice a week to help me on the areas where I fall short. And yeah, I don't want to gaslight myself out of being honest about the fact that I definitely need or could use the extra hand. A nurse aide, I'm definitely thinking about this one for my surgery, because my boyfriend took time off, like a week off last time, but I wasn't having a hysterectomy back then. Now I'm having a hysterectomy, and I want him to be able to just like go to work without worrying about if I'm okay, and I think it'll definitely be worth it. Another one is like pet service or like Rover, because I do have a pit bull. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing it, so I'm thinking about it. Right now I'm like putting her needs first as much as possible, but as things progress, especially around surgery time, it'll be something that I'll be considering. Next is a dietitian, just because I would love to have like a more curated diet for my endo, but it just seems like I'm just throwing things at the wall. I've had issues with like IBS and stuff since I was a kid, so it would just be nice to know. Ooh, what I'm considering is a pregnancy pillow, but like this guy kind of comes in hand, but like just for the support and comfort at night, and I think it might reduce the pain that I feel at night. Online handyman for small jobs, so I'm sure there's a lot of local ones, but there's some apps that you can download to do like odd jobs. I just like hung that floating shelf and hung my projector, just because I'm insane, and when I want something done, I need it done immediately. But I definitely could have waited for somebody to help me. Locking in during my period week rather than laying off. So I usually give myself whatever I want because I feel like trash, but I'm considering maybe trying to be a bit more strict during my period week when I technically need it the most, rather than just giving in and coddling myself, because, you know, I deserve to have everything I need to feel better during that time. And then I'm just adding this one on because clearly I forgot it. Gardening, if you know, you know, gardening has definitely helped me stay sane, come back down to earth, and definitely helps with pain relief. Yeah, if there are any more that you can think of, definitely leave them below. I'm going to be filming a video about what it's like to have endometriosis during the week of my period, and I think I have a particularly high pain tolerance, which isn't like the biggest badge of honor, but I think it may be just an interesting point of view. So if you liked it, you can like it, and keep an eye out if you'd like to subscribe for the next video coming. And I'm going to be shooting some hair videos soon. So yeah, bye.